Hello, friends. Lions Globally United offers you a sampling of the favorite online Lions serials as we celebrate service from the heart. You may remember the excitement of Burmester Virtual Bar offered by Lions Virtual, interviews brought to you by Roar with Rishi, episodes depicting diversity in service by Eastern India Lions Leadership Academy, thought leadership from New Jersey Cyber Leos, and trivia by Daniel Elkins. And add to this the entertainment by the Lions and for the Lions. That's what this event is all about. It's simply the best for the Lions in the virtual world. It is being presented in 6 vertical slices, each slice for a 2-hour duration, containing elements from all serials. And yet, each selection will be unique. That's possible because my colleague presenters, Phil Nathan, Sangeeta Jatia, Jody Burmester, Daniel Elkins, Ojas Chitnis, Rishi Oberoi, Rupesh Mehta, and Gabo Abad possess a vast menu to choose from. With technical support from Daniel, Rupesh, and Akshit Bagla, all you need to do is enjoy Lions Globally United. We are delighted to welcome today amongst us our International President, Douglas Alexander, Vice Presidents Brian Sheehan, Dr. Patty Hill, and Fabricio Oliveira. Let's hear what they have to say.
Congratulations to Lions Globally United, a grassroots group of online Lion leaders from Lions Virtual, Roar with Rishi, Eastern India Lions Academy, European Lions Online Virtual Leaders, Leo's Lead with Vision, Young Lions Task Force, and more. We are happy to join you today for this very special event hosted by Lions Globally United, Celebration of Service. Myself as president and all of the vice presidents would like to thank you for this invitation that you've extended to us. And I am so proud to see that during a time of pandemic, Lions are so resilient and resourceful that you have taken this and saw the glass half full as opposed to half empty, and provided us with a venue and an avenue to continue to bring information to our Lions around the world. So we are here to support you 100%. Please reach out to us from time to time to invite us to continue to be part of your series as we move forward. Let's continue to serve and to serve safely and to serve with kindness, because kindness matters. Now I'll pass it to Vice President Brian.
Thank you, President Doug. The impact that these groups have made the last year and a half has been tremendous. March of 2019 has become a point in time that we will never forget and probably won't see in our lifetime again. It's like nothing we've ever experienced before. For Lori and I, it was March 9th, returning from Lions Day at the United Nations, the last time we traveled for 14 months, just like everybody else. The world had changed nearly overnight. The world sat back for a number of days, wondering what to do. Club meetings had stopped, service projects had stopped, the world came to a grinding halt, and we had a choice. We had to either adapt or wait it out and do nothing. Thank goodness for a group of merry, tech-savvy Lions that had some ambition, got together and decided the thing we needed to do was a virtual symposium. It was the beginning of an awesome transition to the virtual world, a world that we could tie Lions and Leos together in every corner of the globe. That was such a tremendous impact for the exact time forward for the direction Lions would go in order to communicate and finding new ways to serve. The inspiration that these groups and many others around the world has allowed Lions to stay in contact with each other globally and to continue to serve over 300 million people in need this year. In the middle of the pandemic, unbelievable the integrity and creativity that Leos and Lions have done. You've helped us leapfrog our technology availability by 7 to 10 years, and we will not go back. Thanks to each and every one of you that found ways to help everyone to move forward. Vice President Patty?
Thank you. Yes, and as we go forward, this Lions Globally United group of leading tech-savvy lions and Leos from around the world have big plans for all of us. So on behalf of the lions and Leos around the world, thank you to you wonderful lion leaders in advance for the many plans that are already in development by this dynamic network of online leading lions. We look forward to a new series of diverse webinars featuring Lions Service with Heart. Learn in 5 courses. Watch for those coming to you soon. There will be more live interviews with leading lions, as well as the unique social events that have really helped us all to strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship, share our best practices and learnings, and to promote Lions service under all circumstances. So we are excited with the plans that you've made, and we look forward to supporting your vision. Now, let's hear from Vice President Fabrizio.
Thank you, Vice President Perry. Congratulations to all the amazing Lions who have organized today's very special 12-hour marathon of virtual events. To all the Leos and Lions watch today, thank you for being great volunteers. We hope you enjoy the presentations.
Thank you, officers, of your warm wishes. It is literally 4 a.m. here in my country, Ecuador, and I'm thrilled with this amazing event. Now it's the time for entertainment, and we have a beautiful song that is becoming globally known in Lions circles as a reminder that in times of need, communities lean on Lions and Leos.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, sister, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody
In the November of 2020, the members of New Jersey Visionary Cyber Leo Club of New Jersey, USA, launched their Lead with a Vision webinar series, covering important topics of leadership for Lions and Leos to foster success in the association and in their professional and academic circles. Through 40 episodes, the Leos heard from 59 distinguished speakers and broadened the knowledge of their audience. The Leos were noted for the enthusiasm and the brevity of their episodes, most being around a half hour, in order to reach a global youth audience. Let's watch.
Thank you, PIDAP, and hello, everyone. First, let's hear from the Executive Administrator of Lions Clubs International, Lion Sanjeeva Huja, on our association's 5-year strategic plan and his vision for Lions International.
The LCI Forward Strategic Plan was a 5-year plan, and it concluded last year. The plan was focused on 4 specific areas. The first was enhancing our service impact, and we launched a number of initiatives under that. I'll talk briefly about that. The second was improving brand visibility and ensuring that more people around the world really knew what Lions and Leos did. The third was around operational excellence. We were looking at pursuing excellence at the district, club, and organizational level. And finally, the fourth area was around innovation. We were looking for new membership types. We were looking for new ways to get people to serve with our organization. And over the course of 5 years, we initiated a number of different programs to support those 4 areas, with the eventual goal being to serve 200 million people annually. And as you saw in the video, we ended up beating that goal last year and served 275 million between our association and our foundation. We, in the areas of service, we did a couple of big things. We created our global service platform, where we identified 5 different areas that we would focus on, including diabetes, vision, hunger, environment, and childhood cancer. We then launched Campaign 100, our most ambitious campaign ever, the goal being to raise $300 million annually. We have 1 year left on Campaign 100, which is this upcoming year, and we still have a ways to go. So I would encourage you to get involved and engaged. Leos get engaged, Lions get engaged with the campaign to help us achieve our goal of raising $300 million, because the more we raise, the more grants we can give. And the more grants we give, the more people in needs, service needs are met. The second area was around brand visibility. We launched a global advertising campaign called Kindness Matters, which was received very, very well across the world. We also updated our entire marketing stack and put in a variety of different marketing technologies to help us reach our Lions in a much more relevant way, as well as measure the success of our communications and our marketing. In the areas of operational excellence, we launched technologies for the purposes of learning and education. We launched our learning management system for Lions to take part in, and now even Leos can take part in it and pick up courses in that area. We also launched the Club Excellence Program to ensure that clubs have the tools and the resources they need to perform at the highest levels. As we looked to innovate and set ourselves up for the next century of service, we launched the Specialty Club Program. The Specialty Club Program now accounts for almost half of our new clubs that are chartered in a given year. We continue to look for new ways of serving our Lions and giving them opportunities to engage in service, as well as those who are not yet Lions or Leos and would like the opportunity to serve with us, because we know that it's not easy to commit that kind of time to an organization like ours. And so we're looking for flexible service models. With the success of LCI Forward, one could say, hey, we've done a good job and now it's time to rest and take a break. But that's not what we do as Lions and Leos. We never take a break. We keep going. And that's the beauty of our organization and the people that make up our organization. So as LCI Forward was concluding, the board got together, the long range planning committee got together and said, okay, what's next? What are we going to do? And we looked at some of the successes we had, and we looked at some of the areas where we had fallen short. And we decided that we would get a planning team together to provide a blueprint for the next 5 years. And so I'm pleased to say that over the last year, this team has been working very diligently. And we have now crafted what is the next iteration of the strategic plan. It's called the Lions International Strategic Plan. And we will be presenting it to the board of directors at this board meeting in June. The board has had a chance to review it as we've gone through a number of iterations. The board of trustees also has had a chance to review it, as has the long range planning committee. The long range planning committee has blessed the plan. The board of trustees blessed the plan as well earlier this month. And now the final step is to take it to the board and get the plan and the budget approved. But let me share a few little items from the plan so that you can get a sneak preview of what is being planned. We did a couple of things. We worked on a Lions International Strategic Plan specifically for the association and the foundation. And we also worked on a Leo strategic plan to help grow our Leo movement around the world. I'll speak a little bit about the Lions International Strategic Plan first. So Lions International Strategic Plan is focused on really bringing all our Lions together, the association and the foundation, unifying under a singular brand, unifying the causes that the association pursues as well as the foundation. It's focused on bringing it down to the club level so that the club can be a part of the international strategic plan. The other aspect of the plan is to ensure that while we do deliver a strategy that is global in nature, the implementation and how the strategy gets delivered is regional. So each of the different constitutional areas have the ability to customize and take those aspects of the plan that make most sense for them. There are, however, 3 guiding tenets for the Lions International Strategic Plan. The first is strengthening the association and the foundation. Because in any good organization, any good business, the first thing is to strengthen the mothership. We must take care of what we have. The second is to build new models of engagement. So while we continue to strengthen what we have, it's also important to keep an eye on the future to see how the world evolves and we can still stay relevant to the ever-changing needs of the world through different service models. And the third component is to align our governance with the organization and the strategy of what we're trying to achieve.
Well, thank you so much, Lion Sanjeev. To talk a little bit about how our association can grow a more diverse membership, it's my privilege to call online Carl Shaw of Delaware, USA.
It's like a 5-stage realization I kind of went through. I call it the 5 Asians. And first is just having a conversation. Second is observation. Really take a look at the world for what it is. The TV and the internet may put out a basic or sensationalized view of discrimination and race relations in America, but every day in your life, what's your quality of life like? And let's base how we feel about people on our own interactions instead of what we are programmed through television or through social media. So observation, really taking a good observation. The third Asian is education. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Do the research on what diversity is really about, the benefits of diversity. And we'll get into the benefits of diversity later. But educate yourself. So education. And the next one was experimentation. Experimentation is I started to really experiment by, I always tell the story of Lion Scott Michaels. we had a meeting one day, and there was a great concert by it's a rap group called the Wu-Tang Clan, and I wanted to go see the Wu-Tang Clan. But I had a meeting with Lion Scott, and Lion Scott, of course, is European. And I said, you know what, let's go to the Wu-Tang concert together, and knowing it was going to be majority African Americans there. So it was like an experiment. It was like a social experiment, just to kind of see, what type of reactions that we would get. And it was a beautiful experience. We had a great time. And in return, he invited me to a Fish concert, which we knew was going to be mostly European Americans there. And I had a great time. So we started to really experiment. We say, hey, all this separation through through discrimination and what we see on the television and through the internet is really not. It doesn't have to be our reality. Yes, there are things we need to work on. Yes, there are systems that need fixing, systems like the education system, the criminal justice system. But you personally, day to day, living your life, can co-create a world of peace and harmony. And just doing those experimentations, those experiments really helped me to realize that. And the last Asian is just meditation. I continue to meditate. I continue to pray and ask for the oneness and the guidance, of really becoming a beacon of light when it comes to diversity, and when it comes to being a part of the solution, and being a positive example of, fellowship and service, healing our nation. And if the Lions Club is about service, it should be about service to all, no matter what background.
Thank you, Lion Carl. As you heard Lion Sanjeev touch on briefly, Campaign 100 is our foundation's most impactful fundraising campaign to date. Since Lions were tasked with raising $300 million US for humanitarian causes at our convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, Lions have led a dramatic effort to reach this lofty goal. Now let's hear from PIP Joe Preston, the CA1 Constitutional Area Leader for Campaign 100.
IF is a global force for the good of humanity, supporting the efforts of more than 1.4 million Lion members embedded in communities across more than 200 countries. For over 100 years, wherever there's a need, there's a Lion. Up close, local, getting it done, seeing it through. So when the pandemic locked down 1.3 billion people worldwide, Lions and LCIF were already there, finding new ways to serve the communities from a safe distance. But this too shall pass. And when it does, Lions Clubs International Foundation will continue to distribute grant funding where it will be needed most, and a network of 48,000 clubs in every corner of the globe will continue to answer the call. A call that rings louder in the wake of COVID-19. From fighting childhood cancer to being a beacon of hope for the blind, for massive gains in combating diabetes to feeding the hungry, no matter where Lions are. From Italy to America, from Kenya to Japan, LCIF stands at the threshold of one of the greatest comebacks in human history. And there's just one more person we need to answer the call.
Thank you for playing that. It's this next slide talks a little bit about our Campaign 100 goals, and there's two basic goals. The first, to raise $300 million US by June of 2022, and secondly, to serve over 200 million people per year by that same time, June of 2022. Currently, LCIF is approaching the final year of the campaign, and we're doing well. Let's go to this next slide, which talks a little bit about that, how we're doing. So we have already raised $188 million in cash and another 19 million in pledges. So we're a little bit over $207 million. So we've just got a little over 92 million to go. And our service figures, our goal was to serve 200 million people per year. And this year, we're on target to serve 266 million people. Last year, we served 231 million. So we're doing very well on that goal. We're hoping to increase. It would be really great to hit the $300 million raised and to serve 300 million at the same time next year. And that also represented 34 million hours of volunteer time from LEOs and Lions. So we thank all of you who has helped us achieve that.
And now, while we reflect on what we do as Lions, let's hear a beautiful song produced by the Lions of Malaysia, because they believe in their actions.
We believe that we have made a difference in their lives. We believe with our passion we have answered to the crisis. We believe that our journey has just begun. No matter come what may, what challenges of day, we'll serve on. 'Cause we believe this the world, there's you and me. If there's darkness, who can you see? We must lend a helping hand to the needy ones. We have pleasure every move. Together we should rise above. Now is the time we give some hope. Oh, we believe that we have made a difference in their lives. We believe with our passion we have answered to their cries. Yes, we believe that our journey has just begun. No matter come what may, what challenges of day, we'll serve on. They may take my wings away, they may kill my hopes today and take my sunshine away. There might be challenges that will dawn upon us. We're telling you, we're here to say, we believe that we have made a difference in their lives. We believe with our passion we have answered to their cries. Yes, we believe that our journey has just begun. No matter come what may, what challenges of day, we'll serve
And friends, now it's time to move over to the Burmester Virtual Bar.
All right, welcome to the Burmester Virtual Bar. I'm Dale.
I'm Jody.
This is Jody, and we're joining you tonight from beautiful Madison, Wisconsin in the United States. This is a really special edition of the Burmester Virtual Bar tonight. It's kind of a rewind, so to speak, of some of the favorite themes and topics that from the past year that we've been doing the Burmester Virtual Bar. And we only have one rule here, don't we?
Well,
and that is
mostly.
When we call sociable, we want you to raise a glass, and it doesn't matter if you're drinking water or whiskey. We want you to wish the very best to everyone around you. So, sociable.
Sociable.
As you may know, the Burmester Virtual Bar does not happen without a lot of help from our guest bartenders. And today, we're joined by some of our regular attendees, people from all across the globe. And I'd like to introduce each one of them. And why don't you give us your name and where you're calling from tonight. So first of all, Maxine.
Oh, g'day. I'm District Governor Maxine for the next couple of days, and I'm from down under. I'm from a town called Murrumbateman, and I'm in multiple district 201N2.
Excellent, thank you. Dr. Gopal.
This is Lion Gopal Moore. I am from Lions Club of Hyderabad, District 320, India. Presently, I am District LCF Coordinator. I am President 2010-11. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. And Gayla.
Hi, I'm from the Athlone Lions Club in the mother city, Cape Town, South Africa. And yeah, just great to be here. Lovely to see everyone.
Fantastic. And we have Renate.
Yeah, I'm Renate from Germany, from 111NH, what means Niedersachsen, Hannover. And I'm a few days now immediate past governor. Then I'm a PDG, permanent dinner guest.
Fantastic. And Gabo.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabo Abad. I come from Ecuador, from South America. I'm from multiple District G.
Fantastic. And we have Tony.
Good evening, everyone. I am District Governor Tony Lee from District 22D in the multiple District 22. And I am from the first state of Delaware in the United States.
Wonderful. And then last but not least, we have Krisha.
Hi, I am District Governor Krisha Stroshen. I am here in 5SC, which is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, part of multiple District 5.
Wonderful. So thank you all for joining us today. And thank you especially to everyone that joins the Burmester Virtual Bar. It's easy for me to say instead of the thousands. For making this such a fun event every time we hold it. So
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, thank all of you, and thank you and welcome Lions of the World. You know, they say laughter is the best medicine, so it's time for a healthy dose of fun at the Burmester Virtual Bar. Every Burmester Virtual Bar includes trivia with Daniel Marnie Elkins, breakout rooms, witty conversations, and a chance to hang out with Lions from across the globe. We're recreating that tonight, at least the breakout rooms for you in this special event. So let's get started. Our first breakout room of the day comes from our Mother's Day tribute. You know, mothers are known for nurturing their young and preparing them to be on their own. So our question is, what can we do to nurture our own new lions and prepare them for their journey? Who wants to start? Renee? Excellent.
Yeah, I was thinking about nurturing. So I believe really that more information gets deeper understanding, what is very important. And in our district, we have every year a workshop for new lions. And new lions means you joined the last 3 years. So we hope we get all of them. And we do that in a setting with other workshops so that there's always space, not only about information, also connect to other lions, more experienced lions. And the other point I have to say for nurturing, what I think is very important is In my club and most of the clubs I know in my district, we have sponsors for new lines, 1 or 2 sponsors. And I think it's good to have that for at least the first 4 years, because lots of lines are, we lose them after 4 years. So I think it's important. So there is a connection to 1 by 1. They can ask questions. And if something happens, they are not coming to the meetings and so on, there is a person who calls them and said, what's going on? And also they can, on their journey, maybe they have also good ideas, but they are shy also, and then they can talk, and maybe the club is also changing with this new one. These are my points.
I think I'd like to pick up from what Renata said. We changed a few years ago in our district, and we actually now run a new members seminar every quarter. It is a virtual seminar at the moment, obviously, but that also means that new members from different clubs get to meet each other, so that when they then go to a zone meeting or a convention, they actually have some friends there. I think one of the biggest things that we don't do is that we put the person in a room and we don't introduce them to somebody. We could be the sponsor, but what happens is we're busy giving a report, or we may be the president or whatever it is. Put them with somebody who knows something about Lions. And then the next month or the next meeting or the next event, put them with somebody different. That way they get to know more people.
And I'd like to carry on from you too, Gayla, because I was of that thinking as well. And I think it's really important that we give our new members that welcome and that introduction. We also too give them the detail on the club that they've joined. My club's 50. It's got a lot of history. What does it do very well? Tell them about it. But also too, going by what you said, make sure that they move tables, that they don't get embedded with the same group meeting after meeting, because they may not be the best kind of group, and they miss out on learning so much. And I think that, you know, also too, it is important that we give them a structure, give them an understanding of our Lions structure, that we're a big family and we've got the multiple district, and we've got our constitutional area, and we've got our multiple district and our district, and we've got our zones, that we're this big family, and they are an integral part of that. And they can actually see some vision, hopefully, of where they can go within that family.
Yeah, we probably need to give them an acronym book for all the wonderful terms that we have. I think that there's some really great points there. I'm one that we talked about this year. We really couldn't do as much as we wanted, but we plan to do some more next year. But I think there's something else, which is we need to educate the sponsors. We need the sponsors to know what they're doing and to bring our new folks in. We've probably been in so long that we've probably forgotten when we were new into the process. One of the things one of the questions was, what shouldn't we do? And that is just bring them in, have a dinner, have them sit there and think they've been here for several years or whatever. We really need to get them involved. We really need to get their input. Orientation is really important so that they can understand, a lot of the lingo, and just really the big thing is don't push the new Lions. We have a habit of let's do this, do that. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and then it's like, whoa, you're killing me. So we just want to, kill them with kindness and bring them on one step at a time, but don't throw everything at them. There's a lot to be thrown, let me tell you.
Usually when we have a new member come in, we go over our committees and our different service projects, and we see what they're interested in. So if it's something they're interested in, then we can have them team up with that group, so then they can give some insight, maybe give a different perspective, but then they're also being active. So they're not just sitting there in a meeting listening to all this stuff. They actually have some hands-on, but we also don't want them to be overextended, like you're saying. There's a lot going on. So maybe pick one or two things that you're interested in, and the next year try some of the other things. Or if you're really enjoying this, we want to keep you working towards that. Just again, the more active these people are invested in the club, the longer they're going to stay. So they're not just there for 4 years or 2 years, just sitting there not thinking they're valuable. We want to make sure they know they're valuable.
I really think that it's important that when we have new lions, we can include them in the service. Right after they showed interest into being a lion, we must share the experience of service, activities, what we do, how we do it, and also how people in need were served. I think new lions should live that wonderful experience. We should share also the idea of a community, a fraternity, who works together. I mean, that's actually who we are, a team of people with a common goal to, improve our communities and the entire world. We join together for any country, like right now, and each one of us is here because we love Lions Clubs International. And we were talking about nurture, and I think we need to nurture our new members with some leadership skills, such as the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute, in order, to prepare and train them to be future leaders of our clubs. We shouldn't leave them alone. They need us to live this amazing experience.
I can talk about my entry into Lions Club. When I have been sponsored by a very senior lion, I have been allotted one committee, and they try me to meet all lions during meeting, different walks of the people, and they want to know actually from my side that what is my interest. And then they made me the committee member into our permanent project of school, and they associate me with the school committee. So I can be involved in monthly meeting, going and visiting the project. So with that, slowly I got interest in the committee and meet the people of different walks, and I improve myself, because it was my first year and I was not knowing very much about the Lionism. So with this, if today also we take a person, we should give an opportunity to know what is Lionism first, and then with this interest, he should be part of the committee, so he can do well and can be a good lion. What we should not do is, we should not leave a lion alone. So if he will not have a company, he will not associate with any senior lion, then probably in 2-3 years, we may lose him. Thank you.
I think just on what we should not do, which we are very good at doing, we leave them in the dark. And I have heard in a number of clubs, well, you can't do that till you've been around for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And I'm like, well, if they've got the idea and it's going to work, why are we putting limits on the skills that they've brought to our organization? And we bring often people in because they're different, and then we try to mold them into what is our culture. Yes. Let's have the diversity. Let's not try and mold them.
I'm going to jump in here for a second because I have 3 things I wanted to add. Number one, I know when we brought new members in, when our club was large, we asked them to be our greeter. Have them at the door when everyone comes in, so that they can get to and have their sponsor standing next to them, so they can introduce them and get to know all the other members, which worked out really well, because then they had to talk to everyone. Even if they were a little introverted, they still had to talk to everyone. Another key point for me has always been, don't assume, especially ask them how they want to serve. A lot of times our clubs, if we've got a lot of more seasoned members, we get a younger member in and we just assume they know everything about the technology and social media. So we assume they're going to take over and run all our social media, and they're going to do blah, 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 blah. And that's just not right, because that actually turns them off. So ask them how they want to serve and find a way to make it happen for them. And last but not least, many of you have heard me say this before, don't be a squasher. I wish I had my marshmallow here. Don't be a squasher. Let them bring new ideas to the club. Help them flourish. Help them find a way to make that idea come to fruition and have an impact. Because if we stop squashing and we embrace their diversity and what they bring to the table, we have a lion for life, because just like all of us, you're hooked on it. It's like this incredible high to be a lion that you just can't get any other way. Anyone else have anything they want to add again?
And to add to that, you know, we talk a lot about bringing in younger members. You have to accept their family as part of the fold also, because, you know, that's going to be their number one hindrance to them participating, to them being involved. I still remember in our club meetings, we had some of our members, they brought their kids to the meeting. We said, hey, come on, you know, if that's needed, then let's do it, you know.
That's how me and my brothers were involved. My parents were in Lions and we went to everything, and it just kind of translated, and it was expected, like, yeah, that's what we want to do. Like, that's great role models. Like, we want to do that. We enjoy serving and doing that kind of stuff. But again, it's the whole squisher thing. A couple of years ago, I was going to quit Lions because I was told no constantly to all my new ideas because we didn't like this person, or we tried that before and it didn't work. Like, okay, well, how can we adjust? And I was going to leave. And like I said, that was like 3 years ago, and now I'm a district governor. So it's crazy how it can, if you just change your attitude of your club, how it can change the mindset of your members. Instead of losing the club, like, we gained 12 people that next year because we changed our ways and accepted new ideas.
I think along with that as well, we tend also not to give them the tools. So we bring them and they have great new ideas, and then we almost set them up for failure, because we don't say you must bring, you know, they bring a project idea to a meeting, and the first thing that is, did you take it to the board? Well, if you didn't tell them, they don't know that. You know, here is what a project proposal looks like. Give it to them and they can do all the steps. So when they come and they're motivated, it doesn't have to be 6 meetings and we still don't have the details. So I think we need to empower them too.
And just following on from that, Gaynor too, if you have a new member and they've got an idea, give them the lead on the project and give them the opportunity to bring others in so that they can work with a group. And by doing that, they actually get a core that they identify with, and they build that real team effort. And it goes from the beginning to the realization at the end that they've completed this whole project together. And that follows on, I think, and gives a lot of club members the idea of how they can work cooperatively as well.
Right. Wow. Fantastic. Thank you all. What a great conversation. We almost forgot one of the most important things that we ask at a breakout room is we ask everybody to do sociables.
Sociable. And
the other thing we ask everyone to do is to take a picture with everybody in the room, waving and smiling. All right.
Who's taking the picture?
And then you take that picture and you post it on social media, and you tell everybody about how much fun you're having at a Lions meeting. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be the Burmester Virtual Bar. It can be any virtual meeting that you're at. Get some exposure out there. Tell people what we're doing. Tell people how much fun we're having. And speaking of which, you want to join us next time? Check out the Lions Virtual Facebook page and register for the next Burmester Virtual Bar. So with that, I think we're gonna leave you.
We're wrapping it up for now. We'll be back again in an hour or so.
We will be back.
Welcome, President Doug. Thank you for joining us here. Leading up from the discussion that we just witnessed, what can we do to nurture new lions and prepare them for their journey? What shouldn't we do? Can we have your views, President Sir?
Well, thank you, Past Director AP Singh, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be with you today. I listened to all of the different thoughts and ideas, and many of them are the very ideas that I wanted to share with you. And one that stands out to me that's critically important is when we bring in new members, that we make sure that we give them the proper orientation. That is so critical in the very beginning, that they are given that information right up front, how they can become a part of our great association. So it's important that we give them the orientation. And we need to find out what their interests are. What do they feel that they can contribute to our club and to our organization? That's also very important. And find out what their strengths are. You know, it's when you have a strength in a certain area, it's so much easier to perform. So that is critical too. And their interests, what are they interested in doing? And how can they make a difference in our club? And I also heard it said, one of the things we shouldn't do is shooting down their ideas. And the most popular one that we hear out there, oh, we've tried that before, it didn't work. Well, maybe it didn't work 20 years ago, but maybe it'll work now. And if it didn't work, and you want to say that, there's a way to say, you know, we tried it 20 years ago, it didn't work, and maybe it didn't work because of blah, 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 blah. At least give some meat behind your reasoning for saying, we tried it and it didn't work. And as I said just a moment ago, that may have been 20 years ago. Now it may work. We don't want to discourage people who come into our organization. And I'm glad to hear the word fun mentioned. When people come to a meeting and they take care of business, many of our clubs, we share a meal, and they have fun, they'll want to come back. Happy members don't leave us. Let's give people an opportunity to serve. And this is one of the things I've been sharing as I've been making these videos, is not only to serve the public, but to serve our association. And it starts in the club. New members come in, yes, we have a sponsor. And that's a very critical role in a new member becoming acclimated and feeling comfortable with the club. I heard Lion Jody just say, let them be a greeter. Well, that could be intimidating to some people, to stand there being a new member and not knowing the people. So we have to be careful how we approach, you know, giving people opportunities. If they're a very outgoing personality and like talking with people, that might be great for them. But if they're a person who's kind of quiet and shy, who just like to do service and not be in the forefront, we have to take that in consideration too. And that doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to get to know who our new members are and what their interests are and what they like to do. But we want to make sure that they're having a good experience, that they feel like they are contributing and making a difference, not only in our club, but in the world. So those things are important that we have to give them opportunity. You know, as I say, find out what their strengths are. Let them take the lead on some things, but be there to support them. And our sponsors are not a sponsor just for a year. You're always the sponsor of that person. That never changes. And hopefully you're always there. But if in case you're not there, and over time, excuse me, other members can gravitate toward them. I like the ideas of not sitting in the same place every week. You know, we need to move around and meet other people. And many of our clubs are small enough in number where you don't even have the issue of moving around. But there are clubs out there that have hundreds of members that show up at each meeting. And that's something that they need to focus on, making sure that we're not forming what we call cliques, those groups where the same people sit with each other at every meeting. People pick up on that. And they say, maybe this is not a place for me. I thought this was an inclusive organization. We like everyone to, you know, sport their wares, express what their excitement is. And it's important that we give people an opportunity to serve not only the public, but our association. And I mentioned that a new member comes into the club and we go around the room and we ask people to introduce themselves. And the president say, hi, I'm President Doug, and I've been president for 10 years. The secretary say, hi, I'm Lion Jane, and I've been the secretary for 15 years. The treasurer has been the treasurer for 20 years. Now, this individual may have an interest in serving as a treasurer or a secretary, or maybe even a president at some point. But when you see how long people have held these positions, that could be a turnoff to a new member. Another one that I experienced riding with a new member and to an event who we almost lost. She was invited to a meeting, and all they were talking about was fundraising. And this person said to me, I didn't join to do fundraising, I joined to serve. So we must make sure we keep that in perspective. Yes, we do fundraising, but I don't know if that's the way you want to introduce a new member to your club, is with the fundraising. There's a time for that, and we can explain why we do that. But for new members, let's let them have that experience of how our clubs operate, what our focus is, what our purpose is, and all of that starts with the orientation. So let's make sure that we give them that good, thorough orientation so that when it comes time to pay dues, they don't have a strange look on their face like, you mean to tell me I've got to pay dues every year? Yes, it's part of our association. It's how we operate our club and our association. And that all starts with the orientation. Give them a good orientation, answer their questions. None of us know all of the answers, but we can always say, I'll get back to you with the answer. And sponsors, please be there for the new Lion. You know, we come into a new place and we don't know anyone and we're introducing them. Let's be there to support them so they get to that comfort level where if you're not there 1 week, it's okay. We know that they'll be okay because they're a part of our family. You know, I used to get asked that question sometimes when I would go on a speaking engagement. Did I feel comfortable with the group? And I was like, why wouldn't I be? I'm with family. We're all Lions. We're all about the same thing, serving our community. But not everybody may have that same comfort level. So let's make sure that we pay attention to our new members. If they're not showing up, let's find out why. Is there something personal going on in their life? And sometimes not prying, but just asking, is everything okay? That goes a long way, not only with new members, but longtime members as well. So those are some of the thoughts that I would say. Let's nurture them. Let's encourage them. Let's thank them for their service. And no, there's no monetary pay for what we do. But just saying thank you goes a long way, or giving a certificate, or making them aware of where their career path can go in Lions. When we focus on the service and serving our community, it goes a long, long way. So I'm enjoying this. I'm looking forward to listening to more of the ideas and how we can keep our new members engaged. And that fun is so critical. Fun. At every meeting in our club, we have a laugh. We never leave without at least laughing at least once or twice. That makes people want to come back. Why would I keep coming back to a club meeting and I leave aggravated, frustrated, shot down? Often said, we don't have a membership problem, we have a retention problem. If we close the back door, it will help us go a long way in moving our membership in a more positive way. So let's keep all of those and our smiling faces. If I come into a meeting and I see a group of people sitting around, everybody got a long face, I don't know if that's a place I want to be. When I joined my club, I was very impressed. Back then, women weren't Lions, but it was a group of men sitting around a dinner table in a restaurant, talking about things, how they can make their community better. Hey, and that's why I joined. I wanted to help my community to be better. And that's why I'm still a Lion today. And of course, you have that aha moment. And we want every Lion to have that aha moment, even our new Lions. That's why we get them involved with our service projects, take them on the service projects to meet the people that we serve. That's how we keep them. Thank you.
We have hundreds of Lions and Leos here. And it's time to loosen up, get up and dance along with these 3 minutes of Zumba, or just follow the hand movements while sitting down. But let me tell you something, there's some reggaeton in there. All right, so let's get this party started. Get up on your feet, everybody, and welcome our very own District Governor Lion Varsha all the way from New Jersey with this Zumba class.
Every day, what them say. Even if I know it's wrong, hope the DJ plays our song so you can find me and dance behind me. Down the line. You love how I dip and wine. With you it happens every time. My body's only for you only. Something about you got me sweating, sweating. Baby, I'ma drive you loco, loco. Now you got my body shaking, shaking. I wanna dance with you all night. Hey DJ, póngale la música que le gusta. Una para que se mueva y seduzca. Y baile conmigo, solo conmigo. Hey DJ, come on with the music. I know she likes it. Gotta see her moving, got to keep dancing. Only with me, only with me. I'll give you what you want, you want, you want. But you gon' fall in love, in love, in love. So tell me what you want, you want, you want. Cause you gon' fall for me, baby.
Como el reggaetón pero full, pa' pasarla cool. Hay muchas en la discoteca pero solo me gustas tú, solamente tú. Yo me imagino en la playa contigo en un solo azul. Sobre la arena, tu piel canela, entramos en calor. Vale la pena, contigo nena, se pasa mejor.
Something about you got me sweating, sweating. Baby, I'ma drive you loco, loco. Now you got my body shaking, shaking. I wanna dance with you all night. Hey DJ, póngale la música que le gusta. Una para que se mueva y seduzca. Baila conmigo, solo conmigo. Hey DJ, come on, play the music. I know she likes it. Gotta see her moving, got to keep dancing. Only with me, yeah.
So what she tell me, said there ain't no place she'd rather be. She done show it the press and the media, all top celebrity, only me. Get the girl love properly, only me. Get the girl love it endlessly. We give her all of me energy. So means a DJ turn up the sound, make she move her body, only me. Get the girl love properly, only me. Get the girl love it endlessly.
Hey DJ,